Hello DayZ world, I'm the Greedy Peasant and welcome to the Peasants Podcast. Get comfortable as we sit by the fire and chat everything DayZ. We are live from the TPP studio server with the podcast team, TikTok creator Smiley's Got a Gun and long-term DayZ console player Mr. 80KQ. Our chat controller and security Queen Peasant is in the house, so y'all behave out there. And of course, the DayZ community. Here at TPP, we want to hear what you have to say. So drop your thoughts and your opinions in chat. This podcast gives a voice to the DayZ console people. So welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast. As I said, we'll be rolling through and sitting down for our discussional topic about community servers. Now, community servers do cop a lot of flack. There is still a lot of myths about what happens and what goes on in the world of community servers. So we want to sit down and tackle some of those myths, discuss some of the myths. I bounced around some of the community and discussed, especially with a few of the streamers on Twitch, what servers they play and why they play them, and of course what their thoughts about community. So we're going to touch base on that. We're also going to go through our server events and updates. There's one particular server is absolutely pumping content out. I'm going to have to get him on the show. That's Spaz. He's from the Zone. So we're going to be diving through some of the events that's happening on the Zone. Of course, we've got our news and events from our co-hosts, and we're going to dive into a mini game at the end, so make sure you hang around to answer the question, and of course you can join in on that. We're going to dive across now. We don't worry about all this running and stuff these days on console. We've got everything locked down through teleportation. So you'll start seeing a lot of this on servers, bouncing around the place. Boop.
Yeah.
Here we are. Howdy, howdy.
Morning.
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 Morning, bruv. Morning, fam.
How's things? Going all right? Chilling up here?
Yep, just
Yeah.
having a little kumbaya around the fire.
It's fucking hot in this server, so be careful. You can't get dressed too hot, otherwise you cook.
Lucky I've got my trusty leather jacket on today.
He's never getting it again. He's never getting it again. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my lovely co-hosts. Sporting the all in red on the right-hand side is Mr. 80KQ. Morning, Q.
Hey, good morning.
And also on the left-hand side is Mr. Oh, no, it's not Mr. 80KQ. It's Smiley's Got a Gun. Hello, Smiley's Got a Gun.
Morning, everybody. Morning. Do you like my outfit?
It's now going to be turned into a running joke. We still Q's standardised uniform that he loves and cherishes, and we wear it.
Every week
our
I'm
own.
like, look, I'm gonna dress up different for you guys now. I decided to get moaned at you wear the same thing, and look what happens. Last time I get dressed up, I tell you.
Oh, that's
You have
hilarious.
attachment issues, man. We're just helping you deal through that.
That's it.
That's all.
This is a leather jacket intervention every week. A rider jacket, should I say? A rider jacket.
The rider jacket.
A rider jacket.
So nice.
Yeah, rider jacket, but we have no motorbikes. But funny that one.
Funny that. Maybe that's, that they do add things in that they eventually put in. So you may get a mini bike one day that eventually turns to a Harley.
Oh God, it's not
Maybe.
7 days.
I knew you'd get that reference. I definitely can't call the game a running simulator anymore. Not with the portal power that we have these days. No longer do I use these old feeble legs to get around, especially in this server. Everything's portalized. I don't want to do anything else but just step there, log out, log in, back in. Beautiful. It is a godsend. Has made things a lot easier. I didn't set up the alien cave yet. I'm going to dive into that next week. There's a few Easter eggs that got released during the week. More things found on the coal map. Cars buried with bodies in ice.
Ooh.
So there's a few people out there really pumping the Easter eggs and looking for them. So we'll give them another week and see if they can get a bit more on the alien stuff, because yeah, it's very, very, very interesting. So we'll probably have our podcast live from the alien cave.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. So, do we have a location on the bodies in the cars?
I didn't see it. It didn't show where it was, the little clip I did, but it was a short, and he's going to release the video. I think it's Foxy Pote that does a lot of them. There's a few people hunting them. So they obviously get quite
okay.
a good content run. So there's a few people hunting out. I'm not sure if they're Easter eggs, like, you know, the car submerged in ice. It's a SAR car. You can see the bodies in the back, actually through the back window under the ice. I'm sure it's more of like the decoration side of it rather than it being an Easter egg of sorts. I think because the devs have said, you know, there's 70 plus Easter eggs out there that people are just tacking stuff on. Cool to see nonetheless, but I think the word Easter egg has been blurred. Mr. 303
Yeah,
Game.
I'm
I
still-
can't wait to see it.
I'm still coming across people that are only just now finding the Santa Claus inside the bottom of a smokestack. I seen someone the other day on one of the Facebook groups saying, "Oh, what the hell is this? Has anyone seen it?" Which is amazing.
That's an oldie.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's an oldie.
He looks
that one.
freaky in that. Oh, this looks haunting, that
The
one.
evil Santa. And I mean, Chinoris
Yeah.
had, you know, a few. It had the Dodgem car that was out in the middle of nowhere. It had the swan that's in the lake at the back of the dam. It had the rings, the rock stones, the rings that were all around the place. But it doesn't have many more than that. Livonia doesn't have many Easter eggs that I know of.
I don't know. I don't think I know of any on Livonia. Are there any
Yeah.
on Livonia?
Yeah, I'm not actually sure about that one either. Apart from the same ones that are in Chinaris, like the Santa Claus, dude.
Yeah, the repeats of the builds. I don't even know if the Swan and the Dodgem car is out and about. That seems to be like a standard marking for them now. Especially since, like, well, the Swan's on one of the ice shelves somewhere, apparently. Exactly right. You find
We're gonna
it.
have to stick 'em, Rex.
That's it. Get those Easter eggs.
We need to put together a list and then have a run, and we go through and we find them and we tick them off the list. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Oh,
idea.
that'd be epic.
Get a little crew together and say, hey,
Yeah.
we're going Easter egg hunting. Maybe we do it, we keep it till Easter, and that way they're fully released and out. And we go for an Easter egg hunt on Sakau.
Sounds good. And in the meantime, people can send us the locations to make it easy for us.
That's
Appreciate
it. And then I'll set up a server where we don't actually run, we just teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for a run.
It'll be over in 10 minutes. And that was them.
And that was all 348 Easter eggs in DayZ. That's the 10-minute show done.
Back to shooting each other.
Mr. 303, when can we start dragging bodies around? I'd like to be able to shift a player, especially if they're down unconscious, to capture them.
Yes.
That sorts of things needs to come into the game. That mechanic is definitely required. Definitely required. All
I'd
right.
love that. You imagine, like, you're all like cooped up in a house, and one of you run out, and you go, "Oh, I'm down. I got shot," and you could like sneak out, drag their bodies into the house, to save them and stuff. Oh, just be
It'd be
so good,
sick.
so good.
Especially if we crawl out and sort of grab them
Yeah.
and drag them backwards and, stick them behind a fence around a little bit of extra cover. Yeah, 100%. Or stick them in cars. I think to move a hostage and
Stick them in the
and
trunk.
to be able to put someone in a car.
Definitely.
Yeah, so then you could,
That's on
you could
our
collect
Christmas
freshies
list.
for the days. Just drive
You have
around
a
collecting
trunk full of freshies.
That's it. You got to have a space limit. You can only have 4 in the boot, maybe 5 in the Humvee. Stuff them in.
And you go around and sell them to people. You go around and wait, let's get off that subject. Actually, that just wait.
Let's see, on it. See, you could also hide bodies, but even drag it.
I just realised that's human trafficking. Never
Yes, that's human trafficking for kidnapping the unwilling and then sell them at different towns. Also slavery.
Yeah.
But also says to be able to hide bodies like Metal Gear Solid would be awesome. Yeah, to get your kill and drag it into a better position, that would also be cool. 100%.
Definitely.
All right, new and updated servers. So, we'll talk about a server that's is just come out and come new. This is the Zone. This guy puts in fucking work. I'm gonna have to get him on the show and have a little chat to him about how much he's showing off. Because he's definitely putting up the work. Where's my server events? There they are. So
Is this a new server in it, did you say?
So this is a new server that's only been arrived on my Discord the last couple of weeks. It's called The Zone. Last week they had a big freeze where their server basically stopped in time and went very, very cold. And I thought, well, that's going to last for a while. No, next week. So this is what he puts in just for the week. So this is The Zone news. After the week-long freeze event, the sun's finally came out. Cold weather continues with a chance of snow. And then he's moved his spawns. But look at this. These are one of the events. Some of the missions you can go and do. Bloodspot event to test out new recruits. So he does all this. Then we got the showdown. This is the Bloodsport event. It's good, isn't it? And then down here. It is gorgeous, isn't it? And this is he's got 2 clans that you could work for, and then you get rewarded depending on what clan you work for. So, I mean, the graphics and stuff are just unbelievable these days. Like, yeah, you just, unless you're in the top of the game and running like that, it's hectic. It's absolutely hectic. We did those yesterday. It's a D&D style RP simulator. He's just put in 40 new mods. Added throughout the wilds. You may stumble upon sniper nests with high tier loot campsites, ruins, radar towers, industrial projects, caves. He's just pumping it. An Aussie server. I'm going to rope him in and get him on the show. So go and check out The Zone. They're really pumping it. The other one that's updating is When Hell Freezes Over. It's a hardcore Sakau server 2-hour days, 2-hour nights, extra dark. Yeah, so that one's gonna be a real grinder to get into. Okay. But yeah, the zone and when hell freezes over, been really getting out there and pumping their service. So give them some love, give them a check out.
Nice.
Got some tips from the people. If you want a decent deathmatch, try PvP 5 Zelino. It's proper fun and full 32 slots every night. There you go, on it with the PvP. I haven't had a good deathmatch since
You know,
Death Metal.
that's a good shout because I have jumped on that
Yeah.
server a couple of times, and it's actually nice. You don't really see death matches set up in Zelino, and Zelino's a real nice place to fight.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It is. Yeah, definitely. Nice location. I actually think I think on the list when you put in PvP, I think it sits just above mine, that one, PvP 5. And,
Oh. So don't jump
yeah,
into it. Get
yeah,
into
it's got all,
M4 PvP. That's the better one.
yeah, so go one below.
That's it. You went too high. One down.
Yeah, if you've hit PvP 5, you've got too high. Go down. No, just joking. No, actually, I'm pretty sure he has connected with me on TikTok a couple of months back. We had a little chat. If it's the same one, if it's, yeah. Does it just say PvP 5? It doesn't have Zelino written next to it, or does it
No,
have
yeah.
Zelino written?
Oh, I think it has Zelino written next to it. I believe, but that was a while ago
Oh,
since I
might be a
played it.
separate
So
one. Yeah.
Different run. Yeah, we don't mind a shout from the people. You got some love out there for a server, give it some love. Pete, yeah, I know. One Life Extreme. Get out there and give it some love. You don't even have to type in the chat. For me, it's just the tip. For Q, it's just the tip. And for Brav, it's M4 PvP. Get out there and get those servers some
M4
love.
PvP and itching to bring back death metal. Oh, itching.
Have you still
I've
got
actually
90
had
Sakar?
with your. No,
No.
I dropped that one.
Okay.
And because you know that's the thing. I would love to have all mine up and running, but it's the cost.
Fuck
I mean, it's
off.
pretty pricey. Yeah. I
Bloody
mean, I
oath.
would love to have, actually, I'd like to have three. I'd like to have M4, death metal, and redo Animal Arsenal, like a hunting, but make it more a hunting one, a little bit more close quarters, and make that on Sakal, like a winter hunting. Yeah, and just fucking load it with animals everywhere. Awesome. But like if I had those three running, even just at a little 20 slot, what did we talk about? $36 Australian for a 20 slot. So
Yep. It's still
I mean, I
$100
love
a
my
month.
community, but guys, 100, about $120 a month. That's
it's
what?
technically expensive, really.
It is hectically expensive. It also good lead into this week's topic. This week's topic touches base on a subject that's been around in the DayZ community since community servers around, and that's the myths behind community servers. Things like admin abuse, things like servers being too easy, loot's handed to you, the things that put the blinded players or the players that play the official with the blinkers on and stick to official that consistently use or say as reasoning for not getting onto community servers. We've got a few shout outs here. What about a near official winter Cherno Livonia with the snow 303? I don't know. Has anyone found a official, vanilla style Chernara server that's winter, or
How pretty
Livonia
would
that's
Livonia
winter?
be with some snow?
With a fucking
That'd
gorgeous.
be nice.
But it has to be like that snow, like white everywhere, not the
Yeah.
patchiness that's like Sakal has over there. Has to be flat out,
No,
just
no, no.
gorgeous white.
How is that even is that possible to even like uh even have the snow on the trees in Livonia? Like how?
The
Oh, I'd love
mish,
to know if that's actually
it can,
possible.
but you'd have to replace the trees that are there. You'd have to be able to pull out all the trees and replace them all to get the look.
Or just add in,
Nah, because you wouldn't. It
just
wouldn't look the same. Like imagine how many trees do you put in the
yeah,
Livonia forest to make it look snowy, where it's past the point of being green.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Ooh, I tell you what though, if anyone does come across a winter Livonia, definitely let us know. I'd love to
There's
see
a
that.
lot of people
Would be
fishing for it. Full
beautiful.
white Livonia, full white Chinaris. Near official, there's my other server, DayZ Adventures. Vanilla without base building. Yeah, there's a few servers. After 8 closed down, a few servers are now venturing into the base building scene. Sorry, the no base building scene. Last person to have a winter Livonia was Don Sibley, but it's gone. I checked it during the week. I did a massive purge of my Discord and did a rearrange. So I actually hunted servers, checked that they were up, and made sure they were up, and then mass deletion. So yeah, Donny doesn't seem to be in the game anymore, and I haven't heard from him. He may have finally put down the keyboard and mouse and stopped with the
Oh,
DayZ. I haven't even seen any, TikToks or anything like
haven't seen
that.
him stream. No new YouTubes for him either.
Nah,
Haven't, I don't go on YouTube channel much, but yeah.
he probably
Oh,
stepped out of that
funny.
drama. It's Teabag, welcome. Um, but yeah, so plenty of
Morning,
servers out there.
Teabag.
If you've got some tips out there, we'd love to hear them every week on the show. But yeah, discussion topic. Community server myths. Community servers have a reputation of being too easy. Loot just handed to you in the community on arrival. As much as this is true for some servers, it's only a small percentage of servers that run and gun or armor style warfare. I'd like to ask the people in the community, what are the common myths that you hear about, community servers, and why people don't play them?
Mm.
Mm,
I think that the whole admin abuse one used to be quite a big thing. But I don't think it's that big anymore because if you practice admin abuse on your community, your server's not going to be populated. So it'll die. They all die off really fast. So I think that's one big one that people get wrong all the time about, stay away from community. It's all full of admin abusers. I don't think that's true anymore.
No, I
yeah. Do you?
yeah, go, bruv.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just gonna say. Do you think as well that I haven't heard like much about the sort of toxicity that is linked with that in the community. It seems to have like it hit a point maybe a couple of years ago where it was a bit hot and heavy, but now it seems to have everyone seems to be living like quite peacefully in the community lands. But it's do you think that's because there's more servers now than before, and so you sort of have to lift your game and
Yeah,
not be
Yeah.
nasty to people. Too much competition, so you have to be nice out there. Do you think maybe that's the
Yeah,
yeah,
situation?
definitely.
especially from the early days. So, the admin abuse came from especially early days of community servers where they found out how to spawn guns and stuff in as events. So admins were chocking their bases full of more guns and weapons than they could, and that's where it led on to the admin abuse, especially within the gear side of it. And then, of course, it became, this is my server, I help all my friends out. A lot of faction stuff from official came over.
Mm.
A lot of faction wars came across onto community servers where it could be controlled. So, therefore, factions were getting advantages and looking in logs. So that's where the log stuff comes out quite often. Yeah, Teabag. A lot of crackdown on it now, selling base location, heat maps, and base radars for cash. Yeah, kicked off the last big thing with it.
Oh. Do you think as well, because we're while we're touching on like loot, do you think there was it caused a big change because now that you can just spawn in with the custom loadouts? It's just too easy now, you know?
Well, I think of that, and I just when I hear the point of someone say they just spawn loot in your base, I don't need to spawn loot in my base. I can just put a shed full of as much guns and ammunitions at the back of Whoop Whoop that no one's ever going to find, and have no problems. These days, I could put a hidden teleporter to, the Matrix fucking armory in the roof in the sky, and no one will know where the teleporter is, and I can go in there and
Don't
protect.
give people ideas, bruv.
But that's like when people say, they stack their bases. As a coder and somebody who puts this shit together, it's like, well, why are you doing that? I could just, like, even now, I could just do what I do here. Just put this a little bit higher, be stacked up and loaded up here, and my whole crew teleports across. And so, yeah. When you're saying that I'm putting guns in my base, yeah, we're not that stupid, and B, is it the point that the cost of our servers isn't going to... What's the point of having guns if I've just destroyed a server I've just paid nearly $1,000 for the year to build, all the time in advertising, the Discord, the management of it, and why? So I can have a Matrix armory in the sky that no one knows about.
That's right. And well, the thing is, a lot of servers like that too are mainly PvP driven, and the players that want to play those servers, usually loot's not hard to come by anyway, so there's not really much point doing it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and that sort of brings back to, the first point of cost. If you're looking for a server that's not going to admin abuse, go and see the big brands. How to Survive still has 7 servers on Xbox. There's a massive Polish community, DayZ ABC, absolute legends, massive Euro servers, 70 plus on Chinaris. I think he's 70 on Sakal now. Just always out there, always pumping. He's got about probably 12 or 15 bots running, kill feeds. I can't imagine the cost on that. I cannot imagine the cost on that.
70 slots. 70 slot servers.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know my 26 slot, I think, cost me 46. 32's about $56. So it's got to be at least 100. This is Australian dollars, so I'm not sure what that is in pounds. Or euro, sorry.
God, that's a lot though.
That's a lot of money to have to cheat your server on.
If it's a hundred in Australia, that's got to be about €150, I reckon.
Shit.
That's just as a guess.
That's like, a weekly wage.
That's a very bored rich person.
That's it. That's a gambling habit. That's a substance abuse habit. That's the equivalent. Like if someone was spending that much, there you go, €63. So it's the other way around, bruv. Other way around.
Oh, 63. Oh, it's the other way, opposite. Oh, okay.
72
Gotcha.
slot is about
right.
70 odd pound.
You're right.
Fuck. So for us, that's about 100 and About $114. Damn. And he's running
Jesus,
multiple of
that's even
them,
more for me.
plus kill feeds and all sorts of things. So, you know, when they come at these myths of, you know, these guys are doing it just so they can get an advantage, I don't know what advantage they're getting when they're spending, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month, you know, providing a place for people to play. And his servers go off. They're absolutely well modded. They're very well run. The community's super tight. It's very hard for me to get in there because it's Euro. It's a very Polish community. And because it's a European server, it's very rough for me. I think it's at Frankfurt, so it's like 444 ping or something like that. Not ideal for PvP.
If we want to have our multiple servers, so if we want to have all my servers, I just need to find a board-rich DayZ server owner.
Coda.
Right, to marry.
Coda. Yeah,
on it. I'm
yeah,
totally on
see,
it.
now you got the whole
not
package.
on it, in the chat. Sorry, I
On it, you've been nominated. Congratulations. I hope you can fulfill what needs to be done.
Congratulations, you're the winner.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, there's also DayZ console, which hosts 32 servers across PS4 and Xbox. What?
32 servers.
Wait, are they actually called DayZ
No
console?
way.
I'll have to track them down too. Have you got contacts with them, Mr.
Why
Lemons?
have we
Can you
not?
flick me
They've got 32. They got 32 servers.
That's-
We haven't heard from them.
Holy...
Nah.
I want to know
Get
how
out,
they're
you
funding it.
lemons.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, man.
That's a lot of servers.
Where are they, lemons?
Even if they're 10 slots, that's a lot of servers.
Send pics or it didn't happen, lemons. That's, yeah. No
They,
way.
they pulled $250,000 so far across their servers.
Damn.
How much do they spend to fucking... That's okay. Yeah, send me a contact. I'd love to speak to them. DayZ Console is the name of the
Are there-
community.
Yeah, what's
I mean, we
the,
talked about-
what are the servers listed as on the, when you search for them? Does it actually, do they tag them as
I appreciate
DayZ
it.
console blah blah blah?
Because that's a
Like,
lot
what
of...
are the servers called?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I mean, we
That's
have
a lot
talked
of
about
money.
this sort of thing before, about how people can monetize their servers. You know, when your servers start becoming really popular, then it starts becoming more than just a server. It starts becoming a revenue thing as well. When you have that amount of servers, surely it's got to be becoming about the money at that stage. You know.
How are they getting the money though? Donations?
Subscriptions,
Well, remember,
priorities.
yeah, but remember you can apply to be monetized, so you can allowed to charge people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which I think comes...
Jesus.
From what I saw, I'm sure I saw a tweet about the monetization thing ends in January 31st, 2025. From the last one they did 10 years ago, so they have to go back and renew it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay, so they were on the 90X Cars Loot Food. Okay. Yeah, Queen, that's
Crazy.
still a thing. You can boost the server. You can give out your code and say, hey, come and boost my server, and people can throw $10 on it, and it'll give it a couple of extra days. So, yeah, that's pretty hectic.
So if we just type in 90x, they're all listed as 90x.
Those
are they,
90X
lemons?
Cars Loot Food. That'd be interesting, especially this running that many servers across two platforms. Their admin team must be huge. Like the coordination effort to be able to get that many servers running smoothly, goes right
But
up
not
to
only that,
105.
imagine the player pop on that.
Yeah.
You know, to maintain player pop across 32 servers is insane.
Well, I always said it was probably easier to have a brand where you offer multiple things and keep your community inside that barrier. I mean, if you've got 15 servers to offer on Xbox and they might have the ideal formula for how the server runs, run and gun, easier loot, cars, blah, 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 blah. Then, once one gets full and another gets full and another gets full, you just keep opening, don't you? Well, I don't, because I'm not a rich coder. That's Smiley's going to be tagging up with. But yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find us a DayZ husband. Don't worry. I'm on it.
Okay.
Sorry on it. It just
Okay,
comes out every
so-
time.
Yeah, okay. So there are some things that the monetization policy isn't as strict as well, whether it should be or not, doesn't matter. If you're providing 32 homes for players to go and play, is that a bad thing? But if they're
No,
making
that's
a
right.
quarter of a fucking $1 million, I'm in the wrong game. That's
Wait, are they
alright.
really?
yeah, that's
No more hardcore Peasent. We want a 90-time server with loot absolutely everywhere, so we can just constantly mow people down and have car races.
yeah. That's it. No, I'm going to mini games. Mini games is my new taste of the month.
And they are hectic. You know,
Crazy.
they're actually good fun, and it's a different view on community servers again. You know, where you can jump into a server and just play whatever style you like. I'm enjoying it. I think it's awesome.
It's going good, but yeah, that's oh, there you go, Mr. T-Bag. It's for those who follow the rules. Yes, who like to keep their nose clean. It may come to an end one day, or it may come to something nasty. Can community servers be better to play on than official? What's the advantages of community servers?
Well, the number one that sticks out, no duping.
Fuck oath. They have protections. They have bots to track it. Things that go through the log files, double check what's going on, and the bots in Discords and kill feeds these days are just superb. They just make life for all those niggly little things so much easier.
I mean, it's a lot less toxic. Like toxicity on officials, crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Is it still Facebook driven? I don't know, brother. You still hang around those social media. Is it still heavily toxic in those official chats? Like on Facebook?
To be honest, I haven't ventured in Facebook. I sort of went off Facebook probably about, actually a while now. But back in the day, it used to be toxic as. Used to just they just let loose over there. That's savage, dirty. But no, to be honest, no, I haven't dabbled in Facebook land for a while.
Yeah,
Probably Q's probably has more experience. You hit Facebook, don't you, Q?
Yeah, well, the few groups that I've been on where you used to see a lot of toxicity posting, I haven't really seen much about officials, so...
no, neither have I.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we used to get on a Facebook and be super toxic. My faction leader got banned for fucking 9 months for sending a opposition a dick pic. Goes down in legend, that boy. Go down in legend. That's how I took control of the majority of the faction, because he couldn't actually do anything. But yeah, okay, so less toxicity. So that's always a good thing. It's always good to hear in community service how they refine the issues that sort of plague you from getting on. As much as being toxic was fun at the time, it soon got very old and a lot of arguments over shit. And I mean, things get quite savage. Um, I mean, I've had my wedding photo that I had on Facebook defaced. So I had to take that off my profile straight away. It got real savage. Um,
That's that's bad. Do you think it's because now that like we've because we have more of a structure now? Like before, earlier, like back in the day, it was just I don't know. You know how we've talked about this before, how particularly like with console, we have established a community ourselves. And within that, we've actually created, and one thing that Teabag just sort of touched on in the chat, we as a community have actually established a set of rules and a little bit of when it comes to morals and respect and those who have been around for a while like sort of keep that keep people who are coming into the community within those guidelines and rules, those unsaid sort of things. You know what I mean? It's more of an established community now than what it
yeah,
was previously.
it is heavily community based.
So
I'm a part of
it's
that.
keeping people more in check.
Yeah, I'm a part of that network that's branched out across the community. A lot of people who come in and we don't see it much anymore, but you'll get new people to come in and try the old tricks, stealing people's builds and reformulating them as their own, stealing code and stuff like that. And the community itself quickly shut them out and um, dismiss them.
Yeah.
Non-payers were the worst, and the community has eradicated that. If you want to go and get
Hmm.
work and you want to go get builds done and stuff like that, there's things in place to for coders and stuff to be able to say, hey, I want X amount now, and I'll do your commission, and then when it's done, I'll do the rest. And business is pretty trusted and smooth now. I think that's the biggest thing. There's a core trust in some of the groups that are out there,
Mm.
selling these services.
Yeah.
Mr. Honor
Yeah. A little
says
bit of muscle.
a little bit of muscle, and it's self-regulated, which sometimes can get corrupted. But I think a lot of the people that are up high are adamant to keep it on board and clean and keep the name, the respect in the name of the coder and, the server owner and stuff like that. Otis says, the best thing about community
Yeah.
for me is the different options. I like to switch between all play styles, sometimes boosted, sometimes hardcore, etc. Official just doesn't have enough variety for me. Well, that's a good point too.
You know,
Yeah.
that's funny like that point of view because if you go to the mindset of an official player, they won't. A lot of them will say they won't touch community because it's not the raw form of DayZ. You
Yeah.
know,
They
which
like the
is
actual game and they think it's sort of like a credit to the game, the
Or a
community
badge.
service.
Is it a badge?
y-
Yeah, they
to
just
just
seem to
say
have
that I'm.
more loyalty to the game itself.
is it, is it,
The vanilla game.
you say the entire community side of DayZ has no loyalty to the game. Yeah. But it is funny, and Lemon brings up that point that keeps coming back. A lot of official players I spoke to we're just worried about the admin abuse. And I think that official being loose or, out of control relieves some of the doubt. I put the best example down as official on PC, where you can get killed with a headshot 3Ks away with an IJ with the with cheats, and battle lies down at the moment. For some reason mine won't kick off, so I'm not sure that's like anybody else. But without that cheat software, every kill that you get, and especially in DayZ where there's no death cam, you have that doubt in your head: is did I just get sniped from across the map with an IJ?
Well, I mean, I believe that's why PC official servers aren't really as popular as the community servers.
No,
It's because of there's so much cheating that goes on.
yeah, that's one of the biggest
Now, so
downfalls.
We are quite blessed on console, where the worst that happens for us is someone lag switching or duping,
Yeah, that's getting pretty
That's
hectic.
like the worst of it.
Yeah, and even still, I mean, I've had a few conversations on X about, official on console and official on PC, and at least with duping and at least with that sort of thing, when you're on a fight scenario, not a base rating, but a fight scenario, you've got all the chances in the world to take them out. That's player skill there. That's not about auto aims or anything like that. So it's just two different sides of the coin, and I think that's where, the console world, we love official. Official is our home, and it's very protected and sacred because it can't be touched. Where on the PC side of it, community is that home. They've got the trust that we want for our community servers, and we have the trust that official have that they want for their official servers.
That's a good point. I never actually thought about that, but you're right.
It's just a very weird mix. Very, very weird mix. 303 says, I'm one of those official types. He loves his brand. It's got to be hardcore for me to play community. So he wants it the next stage
survival.
up. Yeah. So are official players more of the survival style where community has that run and gun mentality?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think official players have that false sense of community servers are easy.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the major myths that's out there at the moment. And of course, you can tell them to jump onto, say it's easy. Well, jump on the below zero or one life extreme hardcore and have a crack at that. And they play it for 5 minutes, and it doesn't give them the same thrill. It's not that.
Yeah.
No.
They like to a formula of the start of their game to be able to get to a point to where they're comfortable.
Yeah. And I think as well, official has that balance with everything. So you've got like a lot of the ones that like people play like official wise, they're generally going to be high pop.
Yeah.
So they're going to have that interaction. They're going to have the base building. They're going to have the survival, the hunting. Everything is actually well balanced over there. If they come over to community, even if you say, oh, it's it focuses on survival, it's more hardcore. A lot of them will have that imbalance, and they just don't like it.
Yeah, or it's not that they don't have the player base, which adds to
They don't
the
have
difficulty
the player base.
rating.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
I think
they want a little bit of everything.
that's it. They want a little touch of all the pies.
Yeah.
Honest Criminal said
Touch
it
the pie.
best. He was like, I've got to have the fear of death on my shoulder.
Yes.
We're talking about,
Yes.
he was talking about playing just the tip, and he's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for the pop, I need that pop. I've got to have that fear on that shoulder. And I'm like, that's a good fucking point. That is definitely well said.
Yeah, walking around never knowing who's friend and who's foe.
That's it. Even if the people you're running with, you've saved, fed, that I've just met the random person for the day and he's my new best friend, and is he going to kill me? And then, you start to get a bit more geary and things get a little bit more paranoid, and, you're
Yeah.
drinking wells by stuffing yourself in backwards so you can keep an eye on him.
Yeah. And that's where your story begins, isn't it? That's where that's your story for the day or for your run is, okay, I've come across, this player, we're going to go on an adventure together. And what's the ending going to be?
Yeah.
Do we both get shot up by randoms? Is he going to turn on me? Becomes a full adventure story. Oh, makes me want to play official now. I want to get on there.
And-
Maybe in ages.
And I think this is why people will make the excuses not to play community. I think it also goes along with the lines of, like me with PC DayZ. I can easily jump onto it, but once you get into that world, it's very hard to come out. You get, you got all these cool mods, new clothing, vehicles, all these extra things. But once you dive into it and start getting involved and then come back to console, things aren't as impulse exciting.
I don't know. I go over there and I have a little dabble. I don't. For me, it's still the player base, and it's like having. Well, okay. Remember that movie from years ago, and it was called The Toy. Do you remember that? And it had the rich kid, and he had every single toy, like every single one, and he was just so bored that he ended up saying to his father that he wanted, like, what was that actor's name? I can't remember. He's passed away now, I think. And he ended up saying, I want him for Christmas. He ended up getting a person for Christmas. Anyway, it's the same sort of thing. Like, you go over there, it's nice, new, shiny stuff. I just think it's boring. It gets boring. You're like, there's a new fad every week, and you go, oh yeah, and you play with it, and then you just put it on the shelf with all the other toys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No, I hear what you're saying. It's because you're so overly spoiled. You go through the 3 or 4 weeks of seeing all the new stuff. But, saying that, PC do cycle quite a lot of new stuff on a weekly basis.
They do.
It was Robin Williams. How could you
Yeah.
forget there was Robin Williams?
What? And it wasn't
I
Robin
don't think
Williams.
not
It
in the
was
toy.
no, it was who was it that used to hang out with, like, the two of them all the time, Gene Wilder and um the black guy. What's his name? Them two brought out Hear No Evil, See
See
No
No
Evil. They
Evil,
brought out heaps of
greatest
movies
movie
together.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Richard Pryor.
What was the guy that Richard Pryor? That's
Yep.
who it was. Yeah.
Thank you. I was just trying to wreck my brain.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. That's one of my favourite movies. Hear No Evil, See No Evil. So, show my age.
Oh, if you haven't seen it, watch The Toy. It's a good Christmas one. There you go. Good Christmas.
That's it.
80s
Good Christmas.
movie for you to watch.
But you see that quite often. I've already seen the Christmas servers come out for PC. I haven't seen any Christmas servers come out for console yet. But I saw Null Cart, which is Melcart map transferred into Snow Soul. Christmas Essica's out. There's that they're already starting the cycle of attraction to try and draw players in.
So when's DayZ release the official Christmas update? Do we know?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Another
anything
2
for it.
weeks or so?
No, I haven't seen any talk about it. Usually it's second week into December.
Gotta give us a snowman. They have to.
No,
Have to.
they won't. All they have to do is change the
Lemons, are they
boogeyman.
giving us a snowman? Come on, Lemons. He should know. Come on. Give us some, give us a
Some
goss.
That's it. Gives the inside.
I know he knows.
Give us a Christmas miracle, Lemons.
Yeah, that's
Do
it. Honestly, said, I think the admin abuse thing gets blown out of proportion a bit sometimes, as it can be the first thing salty people start shouting about on social media, but they got actually banned for a legit reason. Those guys don't really help the community service image. I cop it all the time. Being in a few of the servers in the community, I'll get, hey, I got banned from this server. I was in the safe zone and somebody was blocking my way, so I punched them and I got banned. And it's like, well, there's not much you can do. You just got to get on the Discord and plead your case.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah, exactly.
Rudolph.
Take a screenshot. We can all do it.
That's it. If you ever have any dramas,
Yeah.
usually server owners don't want the drama. They're happy for you to play your server and will happy to give you a couple of chances as long as you're not a knob.
Oh, just Rudolph? That's it. We
Queen
get a
Peasant.
reindeer
I'd
with...
like an elf on a shelf outfit.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
That's it.
Me
Thanks,
too.
DayZ
Nice
Santa.
suggestion.
That'd be hectic. With his pointy hat and
Yeah.
shit and his long stripy socks. Fuck, he'd walk
Actually,
around
it'd be
like...
cool if they just put Elf on a shelf in the game, like a little mini one. Like you'd be in a house and it'd just be sitting there on the shelf, and then it just disappears.
And just randomizes.
Ooh.
And you find the elf on the shelf. And eventually, when you get to
Oh,
the
what a
bunker,
great
he attacks
suggestion.
you.
Yeah, it just
Yes,
latches
yeah.
onto your face.
Fuck off.
This little elf.
You hear someone screaming? Like they did the gingerbread men on...
The gingerbread
yeah.
man. Yeah, on PC.
Where they don't move, but you throw them down the ground and then they become alive.
We
Crazy
come up with the
shit.
best suggestions on here. Just not gonna lie,
Just say that.
that is a great suggestion.
Oh, that's why. That's why they want to know what goes on the show. They want to feed off our ideas, and we don't mind. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But yes, good little discussion about community servers and their myths. Couple of other little things that people get stuck on is favoritism and server control, which is where you got your buddy,
Your bestie.
your bestie in a different clan or group, and you feed him. I think
Yeah.
the server guys that we had on Twisted Humanity, they actually have each faction group, their leader is in their admin team. So everything's communicated, everything's decided on, all the major parties are involved in the server. So that's a definitely a good and sensible way to do it. Way everyone knows, no one doesn't know.
Yeah, I you know what, and I think like we touched on this before, like just personally with ourselves, when we've owned full map servers before, and that is one reason why I don't own full maps anymore and just stick with the, sort of little death matches, because of that you feel restricted when you play your own server. You're like, oh, I want to raid that, but fuck, I own the server, and and it's just it's not fun,
Yeah.
because you got that hanging over your head.
Or do I raid
So-
this? Or do I raid Q's base? Will Q leave my server?
No.
So then it's just me. Where a random wouldn't see it. A random would be like, oh, there's a fucking base. Quick, let's kick the door in. let's have a good raid. Like, no, everyone loves a good raid. No one likes to be raided, but everyone likes a good raid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very good roll. Lemon says they're only on PC server. Owners know they'll blow up from the streamers hosting them and bringing them views. That's the Christmas servers. But yeah, console doesn't have any seasonal servers because there's no huge streamers to make them blow up. Oh, that's harsh.
Do I have to start streaming again?
Yes. But that is the usual case for a lot of PC servers, and you see them. I call it the streamer wave. One finds out about it, gets plenty of views for it, and then they all sort of flow into it. You get a few more, and the waves get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Ooh, on it. What is this?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Do we know who's trying to
Same, that was
blackmail
quite-
the DayZ devs? I see a couple of tweets. Is it the devs or BI?
BI.
What are they
it was something to do
blackmailing
with-
them for? What do they want?
I
They-
got go Q.
You're not sure. They went on a Berg rampage on Steam and dropped the reviews for Sakao to the lowest reviewed addition to a game.
Who? The
was
blackmail
bloody-
people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oh.
quite insane to pull that off.
Holy shit.
Someone-
And then there was a tweet on X from BI saying, you know, we don't beg to blackmail, blah blah blah, don't try and foot that shit to us, we've contacted authorities, blah blah, along those lines, legal action. It was like, fuck, this is juicy.
That's
Yeah.
juicy.
Yeah, but that's the power of a review. That's the power of feedback.
Ah, damn. So they just made like just spammed it full on. Did
Yeah,
they?
the review count on Steam is
With
just
like a bot.
disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
26% of reviews on Frostline are currently positive. Damn.
See, people are upset because they viewed Sakal as a half-baked product that lacked content and wanted to review bomb it. BI made the map and DayZ as a game better. Yeah, 100%. There have been a few videos out there. I saw one, and I won't quote any. You can go out and search if but I saw one that talked about, you know, it being compared to Namalsk and the flow of Namalsk, or Namalsk, however you fucking say it. And how, you know, it seems like you go to the volcano, grab that, come down to the military island, the bunker. If they were talking about reverse spawns, putting the spawns on the peninsula, changing the way the flow of the map is, and it got very, very the mouse style gameplay. And I simply said back to it, listen, you know, it was a great video. You know, it's always good to have discussion about, you know, other people's opinions on the map. It breeds for creativity and breeds for, you know, a better map overall. But if you put everybody on the peninsula side and then had the big side of the map as where you go get all your good stuff and, you know, like the airfield and stuff, could you imagine how much more that land bridge would be camped and how hard it would be to get across? At least with the big map, you can go and get a decent sniper, you can get warm, you can get a half-baked AR, and then enough firepower to get through that land bridge. But if you had 50-slot server and everyone on that little peninsula island, you would never, ever get off that peninsula. It'd be maximum security prison, as Mr. Boydie said. So,
I agree with 303. That's how I actually envisioned it in my head. I thought you know what I mean? I thought the volcano would be really hard to get to, and it would be you know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought it was
yeah.
that's where you would end up.
That's-
That was your destination.
That was
your northwest airfield.
That was
or
your
tizzy or
northwest airfield.
You know what I mean?
I wanted the other half of the thermo plant inside the volcano, where you went from, being cold outside to having to now semi-strip off because it's 1,000 degrees in the lava, and you're having to walk, through these very hot conditions. That's where I blew my imagination out to. Although the video did put a good point of an event for the volcano where it puffs out like an ash cloud, a toxic ash cloud, and you have to retreat inside.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's a good point of view.
That's
because
what I was hoping for.
I know they say they put the NBC onto Sakau just to have a white version of it, but they don't ever do anything just for sakes.
Correct.
There's got to be a reason. I mean, people need to give Sakau a bit of a break. We haven't even gone through the very first update yet. Do we know whether the next update, they're not going to add more into it to make the gameplay better? This was just the first release to say, here it is, look at it, is it nice? Let's learn the flow. Now the next update's coming, we've got additions, and the gameplay will change a little.
Yep.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yep. And not only that, they tacked on a few new areas. If you go to the geothermal plant and you were there day one and you're there now, it's a lot better. It's nice. It's got a few military, a few medical. It's a little bit harder, but it's filled out. It's not facilitized as the geothermal. It's more of, here's where a geothermal plant was. Now we've put our military medical applications to it, as they usually do. But very nice. The outposts are good. The peninsula, I'm still not agreeing with that. I like my land bridge. Project Lemons, he's got the point that of why I built my server. They need to extend the gameplay. Even a gas zone would help. Yeah, that's as soon as I did the official bunker and I got to the bunker and my character's still in the main city, fully geared, and I haven't jumped on him because I'm not one who just wants to go, yay, let's jump on and go kill freshies. I like that adventure and that build up. So that character stopped. And that's why I put the extra parts in just the tip, the teleporter, the ability to go off the map, multiple areas on the islands. And I think they will come. I think she's not quite done yet. I think she just needed to sit, have a rest after her first little birth, and then she'll slowly add on.
Yeah.
We hope so. Anyway.
We hope so.
Well, I just envision, remember when they had the anniversary event and you remember we were all on official and next minute everything just stopped, floodlights came on, the voices came over and it was that, remember that? And then
I still watched the clip.
chest opened. It was just that feeling that I'm so glad we experienced that feeling, that whole experience was mind-blowing. I mean, why can't they take that and do something like that with the volcano, like you were saying, like it's erupting and everyone goes, and it's going to affect everyone on the map, like, holy shit, you need to get then, to the coast and you got to fucking leg it and get on some icebergs, you know what I mean, or something.
Yeah,
just
or get off the
that,
mainland.
Like, there's like an event.
There's islands.
Get off the mainland. You've got Yeah, and you can and imagine like even your controller shakes and you could hear it like just this whole, eruption thing about to happen
The
or,
earth grumbling.
it's just oh, yeah, just give us
Yeah.
something like that. They've got
There's
the
so much.
capabilities. Do it.
So much.
Yeah.
But will
Yeah.
it
Live
destroy
events.
the
Give us
engine?
live events.
Live events, yes. Give us some more live
Well,
events.
who knows? Maybe.
Oh wait, are there no heli crashes on?
Nope.
Is that what on it means?
Nah.
Nope. No.
Yeah,
No
no
idea.
helicopters on Scout.
I got to catch up
Yeah,
with
Too
chat.
see?
small.
There we go.
Lemon said, here's the way I put it when I responded to Mark X's tweet. So this is the blackmail. At the end of the day, a breathtaking environment with minimal gameplay doesn't fulfill its potential. It's become a visual profile rather than a place players want to inhabit and return to. Games are meant to be immersive and involved, not just to impress. Mr. Northern. Hello, good sir. Thank you for the biddies. I believe you are one of the admin and owners for the Divide. That's Penguins from Delta Penguin and Boss Penguin from TikTok. That's their news server, the Divide.
Oh,
Yeah. It's missing Hells on Sakal too. Oh, no, Hellies, sorry. Missing Hellies on Sakal too. Yeah, well, they did say that they were going to ease up on events to see how it runs. But
okay.
yet they put the
They may be
containers in.
implemented later.
I think they should have pissed the containers off that are on the islands and put the Hellies in on the islands.
Yeah, that would make
Yeah.
more sense in the containers. My bug for the containers. I don't think they should be there at all.
No.
I think they were just a filler.
Yep. A quick, oh shit, how do we put M4s in? Because everyone loves M4s. This is how.
Yeah.
And this goes back to, I'm not sure if it was pre-show or during the show, we're talking about multi-map missions. I think you guys were talking about it. Or is that... Or is
Oh
that,
yeah,
that's for
my
the
biz.
business.
That's me biz.
That's your
Yep.
business. So
That's his biz.
well,
Yeah.
do we want to merge into that? We'll merge
Alright,
into
that sounds good.
into the business if Q wants to take the lead.
Yeah, so the
Mad
idea
Rocker,
for
welcome.
the multi-map thing was, now that we've got Shannara and Livonia that come as the base game, it makes sense. You can travel with loot from Shannara to Livonia. So why wouldn't you extend the Livonia mission where you need to do things in Shannara, then take them to Livonia to finish the mission in Livonia, to extend that mission out really, really wide.
The linking of the maps, so to speak. Like you
Yeah.
do one and then you go across to another, then you can go across to another and have
Yeah.
your end game. I like
But
that.
have it
I
a
like
mission based, so maybe you have to find the punch card in Shannara somewhere. Maybe you got to do a mission in the gas to get something, to go to Tizzy to grab the punch card, to then go to Livonia to make your way to the bunker.
Yeah, 100%. Or
community server could do that. They could just set up 3 and then make missions between all 3.
you just can't take your gear with you.
Putting it out there.
Can't take your gear.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Oh,
That's
right.
that's the
okay,
major
of course,
thing.
I forgot about that.
But they
Yeah,
are
that's
merging
right.
to that loot on other maps is different to the loot on Sakal. It would
I
be
was-
absolutely
Trying to
fucking
make
sick.
sorry,
Yeah.
they're trying to make the maps individual by the way that you get the loot. So you're only going to get the summer loot in Livonia and the winter loot in Sakal. Yeah, so it's almost like they're pushing away, trying to link the maps. Therefore, why don't they just make it so you can't travel between map by map with your player? You either go one way or the other. I don't like how it's sort of
You think it's half
in between.
half? Yeah. Especially when,
Yeah.
I mean, you brought up the best point that I still hold on to. How hard is it to get a spark plug on Shannara's, jump to Sakau, get yourself an M4 from a crate?
Yeah, yeah. Just defeats the
Yeah.
purpose of having the missions in Livonia and Shanaris, really does.
100%. And the ability to link servers for community would bring in the next level. Because it would be, as you say, you're in Chinaris, you have to get your punch card there, you head to Livonia, you get the keys to the briefcase. That's what opens that up, or whichever way you want to flow it and roll around. There's so many more options if you could take your gear for community from one set of servers to another.
So, not Lemon's saying Nitrado doesn't support server hopping for community servers, but isn't it Nitrado who also hosts the official servers for Bohemia?
Yep, 100%.
So that makes no sense why they wouldn't let community servers do it. I don't understand. Is it because there's something that you could enable backdooring or something like that? The reason why they wouldn't do it, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I
Why they
don't.
hold it back?
I don't know the reasoning of why. It was put forward, Boydie, a little while
You're
ago.
too hard.
From Survivor 87.8, was trying to organise the podcast crews to sit down with Nitrado and run through some questions. And that was my first question off the bat. Why can't we have link servers? Why can't we have servers where we can, have RP servers with 3 different maps? It'd just be absolutely hectic, but it hasn't gone through yet. I'm not sure what the post on that is, but it's not something they want to come out and talk about.
Well, that you'd have to see. That's the thing. Yeah, you'd have to be the owner of. It'll only be allowed to be server hopping with whatever that particular owner owns.
Within the brand.
You know what I mean? Like you can't within that brand,
Yeah.
because you couldn't server hop over from a PvP deathmatch server and then server hop over to a hardcore. That's what I mean. It'd be way too hard. You'd have to imagine you just walk in and you got there's all these starving cold people around and you just spawn in like a god. Hello, peasants.
But
But
you could offer to your boosted community the ability to jump on, take all your boosted gear and go try this hell server where it's just, no loot on the server apart from minimal supply packs and just hordes of infected. Because you don't have to have all the loot stuff. You don't have to have all the events. You don't have to have all the bullshit with it. It's just to jump in and survive how long ever you can.
If they, well, if they could manage it somehow, I don't think it would ever happen because I think it'd be too tricky. But if they could somehow, and then say, bruv, you could have 3 servers with the 3 different maps, and allow server hopping, then we could do the teleports from map to map.
That would be sick. That'd be wicked.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of, as much as we want to put in these lovely things, there has to be the counters. There has to be a way to be able to, because then we just go through the whole admin abuse again. You've got a test server that you just spawn in guns and then you just merge across to the other one.
I don't know. I think if we're unable to do it on community servers, being we're a big part of revenue for the game, it makes sense that you shouldn't be able to do it on official.
Correct.
And that makes proper sense anyway.
Yes.
That you shouldn't be able to do that on official, especially the way that they're trying to push their maps to be their own individual things. Then make them their own individual things and stop us being able to go from server to server.
Yeah. Maybe it's also a file thing. maybe they've got, for official, you have a dedicated server for all your player info. Just thinking of a logistics point, like you had a server dedicated to player info and then all the official player servers, so you didn't have to replicate the server file on every single server, thus creating more space. Therefore, is that the reasoning why you can't have it on community? Because each community server would have to have a large database of players that individualized between 2 or 3 maps.
You know what you could do?
Yeah.
Standing off that, you know what you could do? Like, you know how we have, you could have, okay, you could own the 3 servers, sorry, 3 servers, 3 maps, right? You could do, like, what you're saying, have it, the loot or specific for each one so they do follow through. You could do the missions on the first one, and then you select a time where you go and see the admin, like say you go to a safe zone, right? And you go in and say, okay, this is all the gear I've got. I'm ready to travel to the next map. I've got the punch card. I've got this and that. And they go, no worries. Your stuff will be located at, you know, blah, blah, blah. Go see Joe in the next, you know, safe zone on map, blah, blah, blah. He'll have all your gear for you. That's one way you could do it.
Yeah.
Then
Oh,
you
yeah,
go
I
in,
like
you
that. That's...
Then
That's
you
a-
go
that's a
over,
big
you go to
team.
the safe zone. That's a lot of admin work, but you could do it. You could
Yeah.
do it, and you could, like, and then they go over, go into their safe zone. I'm, you know, Billy Bob, and they look it up. They go, oh yeah, you've got this. Here's all your gear. Off you go. Continue your journey.
Your journey.
So it's possible.
Yeah, and all you got to do is password your other maps. So then you screenshot into your Discord, you're given a role, that role opens up the password, you're whitelisted on the other server, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't even have to pass it. You could let people just random, like anyone could, you know, open it up. But if you wanted to do the adventure, like follow a story mode, so to speak, that would be an option that you could do.
That's a lot of admin work. That's a huge admin team.
Oh, they've got that on PC?
Yeah, they've got that on PC. You can swap
No, of course
them
they do.
out.
Of course they've got it on PC.
Well, they just
Yeah, well, there
Jesus
was...
Christ.
they just bypass all the
Yeah, there were...
DayZ. They just, okay, we want this option, so they just code it in.
Yeah, well, the bonus of them not having to run through Nitrado as well is they can do things a lot different.
Yeah. Yep. No, but no, definitely good points. Bruv, do you have any news?
Just a little TikTok. Actually, it is an older one, but it just recently came back up on one of my feeds on one of my other TikTok accounts. I thought, fuck, this is a good TikTok. So it's such a good TikTok. it's simple. Yeah, you just have the feel. So I've DM'd it there for you, bruv. It's just, I don't know. It's been around for a while. It's got like 100,000 likes. It's a popular one. But it's great. It's so good.
I think I've seen this one.
Yeah. You probably...
We spend the past hour and a half finding each other, and the motherfucker does this. Oh, too many times.
I know, right? It's an oldie but a goodie. I love that one. It's just like, you can just tell their vibes. You don't hear any talking or anything, but you could just, and just the way he stands there after his mate just falls on the ground, he just stands there like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like...
You wonder why people hate this fucking game.
Yeah.
It looks like got all excited. No, you can't shoot it. I'll go and get it. Boom, right at the back of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Team kills
Yeah.
can definitely test your faction out. There's a lot of people who get really bent out of shape, and some people just wear it, and shit happens.
Yeah, I like to think our group wears it. I always think, I go, oh. Like, I always say to Gazo, I say, oh, he's still alive, Gazo. That's odd. We're usually killing it. I'm usually off you a few times by now. Gazo's definitely that dude that stepped in the way. He's like, for
Yep.
some reason, he always
And
just
Noah.
gets to that.
And Noah.
And Noah, yeah. And Noah.
Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Killed him a few times. It so rings so close to home, doesn't it? I've done that so many times. It's like, shit, why'd
Yeah.
I do that? So don't kill your friends. Gets them upset.
Thank
And
you,
if
friends.
they don't get upset, then you know they're true friends.
Yeah,
Or kill them.
exactly.
Free loot.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Every freshie is just a gift box waiting for you to discover.
Or a pack mule.
Well, we love this game. All right, anyone got anything else before we wrap it up? What about chat? Chat everything they want to drop in. We will, before we bounce across, we do have a question. We like to drop a question so chat can decide what game we like to play. So you can fire up your Xboxes if you want, if you want to come and jump in. Question for this week is name 3 new items added for Sakau. 3 new items added for the Sakau map. Or Frostline. Actually, I'd like to add in, Mr. Q discovered this and told me yesterday, but I saw it in Wobo. There's a Frostline point in the map now. And what do I mean by that? Well, Frostline is where it snows or gets cold enough that you can't actually do anything with the dirt. The dirt gets completely frozen to a certain point, and that's what they call the Frostline. You can adjust your server now to find the cold point, so you could potentially not be able to do garden plots and stuff at night, and then when it warms up during the day, have the ability to drop garden plots. Because if it gets too cold, you can't make garden plots.
Oh, that's good. So is it actually
3 that have
do you know
been
where it is,
added.
Q?
Yeah, so it's like it's a cow. You can't do gardens anywhere because it's too cold. But they've added that to the temperature range. So if you lowered your temperature in Chinaris to a certain point, you wouldn't be able to put gardens down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice.
But just a little sub mechanic that's working off temperature there. Which is, something that's a little different for this game. There's not usually synchronizing. Oh, fuck, on it again. First in best dress, filtered bottles, chitlin tablets, and winter gillies. That is correct. All right, Mr. Onnit, you get to decide our games. We have our Resident Deathmatch. We have our Pirates, which works better with 4 people. We played that last night. That was hectic. We had people steering while the other 2 were on the front, so we had team games. You wait till you see the footage. It's fucking hectic. Demolition Ice
I
Derby.
can't believe that I missed out.
We've added in a boat racing and a car racing game. So, Mr. Onnit, it's up to you if you want to join in or if anyone wants to jump in. The Peasant Podcast, you'll end up in the lobby. But what game would you like us to jump in and have a crack at? Pirates, yeah. Small arena. Go for Demo Derby this time. Done. This one takes a little longer. Have to go to the crash cars. Pirates is where we have a little arena. and we have 8 boats with like pylons in the middle of the water, and you have to basically scoot out in your boat, grab yourself a crossbow, and try and take out the opposition. Last week we were playing pairs of 2s. Yesterday playing pairs of 2s. So someone was driving, the other person was on the throat, and it was like slow motion. So if you want to jump in, there's a server there, the Peasent Podcast. In our lobby, you'll find our big tower that you saw me at earlier. If you find these two, you can log in, log out. Yeah, you can hop into this, Lemons. Yeah, so this is how you do it. You just find that particular, when you jump in. I'll probably have to go back to the start if you're going to show everyone how to get in. But good old no more. Damn, you got a bile, Sarah. What? Mr. Q, you can set the mines if you want. They're just here next to the... Just here.
Oh. Oh, I'm out of space.
He's got no space.
Ah,
There,
thought there I had to do a whole restart.
Had a
Yeah, I kept getting an error there for a
bile,
second.
Sarah. That's weird.
Yeah.
Just ignore Q if you want to build a car.
Oh yeah.
So on these mini games, you can come in and jump in and have a crack. There's the server there. So when you come in, guys, you'll come into a lobby, head towards the fire station or the big tower of clothing that we had in the last server. And then if you go across to those 2 little cars and log in and out, you'll pump into here. If you get stuck, let me know. I'll come across to the lobby and I'll show you where to come in. Be looking for the 2 crashed ADAs and you just come in and out. Or go the way that I went through the helicopter and then to the crash cars through the studio. Teleporting's made life so much easier. This server's open all week. You can jump in with your admin crew, you can jump in with your guys, you can jump and play all the mini games. They're all available from the lobby. This one's pretty good because it cleans itself up. That's the idea of having the whole, you have to build it. The difference we play with this one is there's actually landmines around on the ice. Once your car is disabled, you're out. So once you could blow a tyre, blow a spark plug, smoke, you are done and dusted. Let's see if they... You're in. There they are over there. Yeah, go find yourself a car to build, put it together. There's 2 over that side, 2 over that side, 2 over that side. Just be careful of the random mines that are around. Once your car's built, you just sit in it with it running on neutral and just beep your horn when you're ready.
I don't know if we're allowed to start. Oh, are we allowed to start building? I wasn't sure.
Build your cars.
You started.
Yeah, Q's just putting all the mines down, but just put your car together. All supplies are right next to it: water, fuel, and then once you get your car together, just sit in your horn, beep your horn.
Beep your horn. Okay, roger that.
Oh, I better tell them. We're playing to the car's disabled. There he is. Hello, hello. Just watch out, there's mines around the place. If you want, those 2 are taken. If you want to go build a car down that way or that way, just watch the floor, there's mines. Once you get your car together, just beep your horn. Everything's over there. tyres, sparkies. Just be careful. Love the outfit too.
Straight ahead. So you sort of use a combination of that to sort of be able to turn and stuff.
Also, there is no resupplying. So once your tyres are gone or your spark plug's gone, you are out. You are a sitting duck.
Oh, fuck.
Last mobile car left.
Oh, man.
Yeah, otherwise, we'll be here till tomorrow.
Yeah, true. All right, fair.
It's different when it's just us. We're just recycling parts and
Yeah.
shit, trying to run each other over. Where's Mr. Lemons go? Over that side. There he is. So once you're together, Mr. Lemons, you drive until your tyres are blown, spark plug's blown, or your car's wrecked. And all your stuff's here, water, fuel, all the commodities. Good luck. And Peasant's getting involved in this one. He might die very quickly, and he'll just retreat up to his little nest.
Little peasant hovel.
Little peasant hovel up the top there. Cheers. Sparky. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, you can come in this server and play these games. You can jump on with your buds, have a roll, have a run. So the car racing's off its head. The boat racing is suspended in the sky in a canal, and it's deadly as. The car racing's from Winho to one of the major cities up north. There's a jump across the gap. We'll take the bonnet for protection. Alright, Q's ready. I'm ready. Let's go check and see how Bruv and Onnit's doing.
And there's landmines, so be careful.
That's it, don't touch the landmines. Give you a bang you never forget.
Yeah.
Alright, Mr. Q's ready. You guys are fluiding up.
Nearly.
Yeah,
Yeah, nearly
you're
ready.
good,
I think
you're
I'm
good.
full.
Just see how Skronk's doing. Mr. Q on the horn. Alright, you're fluidized and you're ready to go. Alright, just wait for the triple beep and then drive onto the ice and good luck. Oh, watch the landmines, peasant. Watch the landmines, watch landmines, watch landmines, watch landmines. Alright, I'll get Q to beep 3 times and then we're ready to go. And just launch into it.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Roger that. Don't stand on landmine, bruv.
Nope, it's somewhere around here. Alright, Mr. Q, you're going to be the controller. I need you to beep 3 times, and
Yeah.
that'll let everybody know to take off.
I beat my horn too much, now I'm bugged. I have to reload.
No, I can beep it. Oh, what did I forget? Ah, piece of shit.
Whoa.
I probably got no fuel. That's water. No, we don't want the water. Come on, peasant. Car won't start. No fuel. My car's not going to survive long anyway. I'm out to maim and kill, so... Alright. Destruction derby on ice. Once your car is disabled, as in it can't move because of a blown tyre, blown spark plug, you are out. Start my engine. Alright. Go! Oh, that is fucking... Oh, someone's gone.
Was that on it?
Yep. Oh, no one's gone. Brum's gone.
Damn, I was thinking, I'm so lucky it wasn't me.
Bogged out one, mate. That's cool.
He's straight the landmine.
I will not give up.
Yep. That's it. Lemon sandwich.
Come on, Pete.
Nah, once you're flat, you're very hard to go.
Let's get one tire, just one.
Alright, line them up. Line them up. Line them
I'm
up.
moving.
Line them up. Line them up. Line
She's
them
not
up,
dead
line
yet.
them up, line them up. Oh, it's Greedy's out. I still ran into him. God damn it. That's it, I'm going
Are
out.
you sure we can't get new tires now, bro?
Yeah, 100%. I'm bailing out of here. I'm going up to the view spot. It's only Q and Lemons left. Oh,
Oh!
Who was
there goes
that?
Q.
that was Q.
Q.
Oh, that means Lemons is the only one left.
Lemon, coming up my butt. There he is. Ah!
Hey, this is the G-rated show.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
G-rated. All right, Mr. Lemons, Structure Derby champion.
Lemon to 11.
That's it. Congratulations
Sorry,
after your
I didn't mean
Lemons.
that how it sounded.
You
It
definitely
was actually
did.
unintentional. For...
But
Give me my ticket!
that's it.
No, never.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming for a run. That's the Peasant Podcast done. Get in the cars, murder each other, kill each other. We love your work. And thank you all for joining in for our last game. Lemons, congratulations once again. There's going to be some slow-mo running over. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's it. Take him out. Get the suicidal bomber. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for... Did I get him? Oh, I didn't get him. I tried to get him with the suicide bomber.
Oh, what happened to your car, Lemon? What happened to your car?
That's it. It's broken.
I'm gonna get him. Take
All
his
right,
tire
that's
off.
all the time we have for the Peasants Podcast. Like, thank you all for joining in, of course.
It's not over yet, Lemon.
Got run over.
No one said we had to be in a moving vehicle.
Like, thank you all for dropping your opinions and, of course, joining in with the chat.
Yeah,
Big
that
shout
was
out
good.
to the Mad Rocker for giving us a raid. Come over and catch you. And, of course, Mr. Northern for the Divine for dropping 100 biddies. Ladies and gentlemen,
Suck
we're a
it, lemon
podcast
face.
that lasts every week.
come
You
here.
can come in and join us. Don't forget to
here,
fire up
lemons.
your Xbox to join in for our mini games. Apart from that, that's the podcast, the Peasant, and the co-host, Dud and Dustin. We love your work. We will see you on our next stream. You have an absolutely lovely weekend. Take care. We'll see you next time.
That's
Peasant out.
right. That's right.